Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Necromundown, the 2024 year in review. So what we're going to talk about is all the stuff that happened in Necromunda, because not all of it we've actually talked about on this series before.
That's true.
We've talked about all of it, because nothing goes by without Necromunda without us talking about it.
Yeah.
But some of the things like the Forge World models, we haven't gotten full releases, so we wanted to give them their time in the sun, just in case you skipped over some of our Sunday preview rundowns, which, you know, not everybody's interested in what's up for pre-order, because some people aren't slaves to whatever GW is releasing next week. I don't know how you people live your lives.
Yeah,
but,
same.
so let's start out with the big uns. Obviously, the big thing this year was...
Yeah. Number one big thing was Secundus.
Yes, ironically, the number one big thing was Secundus.
The secondary.
Yes, the Underhells.
Yes, Underhells.
We've joked many times on this channel that 2024 was the year of the new edition. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, Necromunda didn't get a new edition, but it did get a new edition.
It kind of did.
It kind of did. Like, yeah, kind of. Ash Waste you could kind of see as a new edition of Necromunda, and Hive Secundus you could kind of see as a new edition of Necromunda.
Was the new core rule book was last year, right?
The new core rule book was the real tail end of last year, yes.
Right. So I would argue that was the beginning of the next edition, quote unquote, because they're never going to give Necromunda another edition.
I hope not. I legitimately do not want them to at this point, especially because other editions keep doing things to my games.
Fair. They're going to scrap all the old ones. Everything's going to move.
Can you imagine
3 circles
scrapping everything that was in Necromunda?
Oh my god!
Which don't want to. Yeah, no, don't bring that juju upon the world.
Don't do that.
So Underhells. We have not gotten to play an Underhells campaign because we haven't finished the last one. But overall, it seems like it didn't change the game too drastically. But I don't mean that in a bad way.
I agree. I think it took the fun things and made them funner.
Yeah.
And didn't like reinvent the wheel like Ash Waste did.
Yes, wasn't the wheel, literally.
Totally on purpose.
Full of them today. I do think it gave people a chance to break out the Zone Mortalis tiles again.
Yes.
Which I am a fan of. As someone who is a big fan of Zone Mortalis. And to me, that is classic Necromunda, despite it being the one I played the least of, because it's the one the most pain in the butt to set up.
Same. Like, I started the game playing Zone Mortalis, and then I played like 2 versions of, you said it twice now, Sector Mechanic. Nope. Sorry. I started the game playing Sector Mechanicus.
Oh, okay.
So the reverse way. I started the game playing only Sector Mechanicus, and I played 2 games of Zone Mortalis, and I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah. It's a very different world.
Yeah.
Like, just with the, templates and everything being...
I didn't play way back when that was the norm.
Yeah. And there are downsides to it.
Yeah, there are. But it's super fun.
Slightly lessened now, I think, with like the thing about charging around corners and not being able to charge like around somebody to get behind them. And the Dark Souls thing where you lock onto them and then move around their back.
They're like, what you doing there, bud?
Backstab. -1 in rend. But overall, I think that Hive Secundus has been a real success. And I'm shocked that we haven't gotten anything since for Hive Secundus.
Yeah, you would think that it'd been... I mean, spoiler alert, we're going to talk about it soon, but they announced a new book.
Right.
It's not for Hive Secundus.
I mean, it could have stuff
That's
for
true.
Hive Secundus.
It could, but it's for them dwarves.
But
I guess they're known for being underground, huh?
That is true. I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Sued by Yogscast. But... with any, and I guess this is a great argument for why Secundus is not a new edition, right? Because with any other new edition, you have releases lined up, ready to go to capitalize on it. And Secundus dropped, and nothing happened.
And they're like, we'll see you next year, guys.
Like, we've gotten nothing. We've not even gotten teasers of any other faction having Underhell's Dwellers or Underhell's Divers.
Yeah. Nothing. The only thing that we got was... those guys.
Yeah, we are getting they're not even out yet.
Nope, they're not even out.
The Ferrymen, we're getting them. That's it. We got Lady Hera.
Yeah, we got Lady Hera.
Announced.
I think she's out.
She is out, I think.
She's out.
But
it feels really strange.
Right. Like, now I'm wondering, were we wrong? Is that it for Hive Secundus? Is this a splash box? Like, yeah, you've got, because, you still have the Secundus Incursion gangs. You get the Spire Hunters, or you play the Spire Hunters. You've got the Gene Stealers. That's all you guys need. Not everybody needs Vansar techs like they got.
Yeah, let's just give this faction a whole nother box to buy and then move on to the next thing.
That's what it feels like.
It does.
And I guess that's why, if I have hope for 2025, which we'll get to in another video, I want to see where this is going. Is that it? We've gotten no hints.
Yeah, it feels really strange.
It feels so strange because of how rapid fire the Aranthian Succession was.
Yes, Aranthian Succession was extremely rapid fire. Okay, we say extremely, but it was like every 2 months.
Yeah, but that's more rapid fire than what we've had.
That's true. But then we look at, I don't know, Kill Team, and in a month we've had 3 or 4 sets of releases.
Necromunda is always graded on a curve.
I understand.
The fact that we get attention at all is just like...
Yeah. We got models. They're Forge World. I'll take it.
That's normal. Yeah, so on the one hand, I think Hive Secundus was a really big success.
Yeah.
I see lots of folks talking about it. Lots of folks are playing these games.
Models are gorgeous. The games are fun. Despite some of the strange rules, fairly balanced.
Yeah, none of the factions that have been released, neither Gene Stealers nor Spire Hunters, have been overpowered to the extent that, like, even Corpse Grinder cults are still the big baddie.
Yeah.
No one has moved on from them being the problem. Probably because they're also really good in Hive Secundus.
Probably.
We talked about it in our Spire Hunters review. That Spire Hunters are not actually that durable.
No, they're not.
Like, they're really killy, but they've only got a couple wounds apiece. And I'm like, oh, you've got a 4 field armor save. Woohoo! Here's a Melta Cannon to the face.
You got that 50-50, bud.
Yeah. You better kill me in one shot. So, yeah, that was the big one, and then nothing. So, honestly, last year was more of a banger year for Necromunda than this year was.
Yeah.
When you think about it.
It's true.
Which it feels sad to say. We have, however, gotten a lot of promises this year.
We have. We've gotten some promises. We've gotten some releases, but nothing big.
Right. Now, if the Squat book had come out this year, I think we'd be singing a different tune.
Yeah. And watch, it's going to be up for prayer next week. No. This past week is the last time it could possibly come out this year.
Yes.
Might be the first week of next year, but
I would be all on board.
Yeah,
Great way to start off 2025. It's the year of the dwarf. Let's go. The year
I take back what I said. I don't want it.
Year of the squat.
I don't want it. Give me updated Chaos Helots first.
That's never going to happen.
No, it won't.
I think that the Aranthian Succession, with with Lady Kratos and Aranthius and Symbol being an 8-pointed star,
yeah,
like I think that's going to lead into Chaos Revival.
Yeah,
I think we're going to see Chaos Incursion of some kind, large or small.
There were hints in the story of the Gene Stealer Revival.
Yes,
and we got some of that. They're 2 different factions, but
Aranthius has some kind of weird psychic intelligence thing that's using to mind control people, and we thought maybe that was going to be in Gene Stealers, and it still could be, but it might not. So that's my guess. We'll see that later. But yeah, not like normally I was expecting to talk about all the new models that came out for Hive Secundus, and it's not.
Yeah.
So I guess let's talk about the teams that did come out. First off, Spire Hunters.
Yes.
Hit or miss?
The Spire Hunters themselves a hit.
Hit.
Yes.
Yeah. Both model-wise, obviously fantastic pictures of them here.
I am less inclined to like the Oris ones because they put the most expensive model in a 2-box. Like, you have to buy 2 300+ point models, and you get a little guy.
Yes, that is true.
I don't know why they did that one in particular. I mean, he looks gorgeous. Do not get me wrong.
Yes.
I just wish that would have been either a smaller box with just him and the one. I don't remember what it's called. The Caryatid.
Right.
But like 2 of the same very, very expensive model. Although they've been known to do that.
Ambots.
Ambots.
You buy Ambots in pairs.
Yeah. So who am I kidding?
You know what? Normal. I'll take one $50 box with 2 guys in it over one guy in a $35 box.
True. It's fair.
It's also you can kit them out in 2 different ways.
Yeah. I did end up building the Spires, the other guys. And you can't kit them in 2 different ways.
No.
Did you build them?
I've looked at them. I did not build them yet.
Yeah. Even the guy that he has like the claws or the whip. There's no whip in that box. Get bash it, sucker.
Yeah. Lots, which I personally love.
Yeah.
Because that's a big part of Necromunda's appeal for me is like not everything is. It's weird. There's some things I really want all the options for, and there's other things where it's like nah.
Well, if you look at something like Vansar or Escher or something like that, every single model has 70 different options they can take.
Yes.
Malkador has 2.
And they only gave you one. Okay, I see where you're coming from there. So that, I guess, is the one miss of them.
Yeah, the models themselves are gorgeous.
Yes, the rules are good.
The rules are good.
But not too good, which we were afraid of.
Yep.
And this turned out to be an unfounded fear.
Yep.
And I am so happy to say that.
There's going to be someone in the comments that's like, oh, they destroyed my campaign.
They're good.
Because they're overpowered, blah, blah, blah.
And now, Gene Stealers, the other side of that.
Gene Stealers, also a win.
Yes.
I really like them. I like the way that they are handled, in that they're designed for Underhells, but you have the opportunity to use them outside in their own way. And some of the best models of the year, in my opinion.
Even as somebody who's not really a Tyranid or Gene Stealer player specifically, I think those models are absolutely fantastic.
Yep. Spoiler alert, I voted for the, what's his name? The big, stompy, handy one.
Oh.
For model of the year for the this guy.
The Malstrain Alpha. Yeah, he is.
I voted for him for tertiary model of the year.
And Coalescence is one of the most disgussing models I've ever seen. It's very much, the thing.
Yep.
In the best way.
It's whoopsie doodle, all the tentacles.
I've seen enough blanks to know that this is going. It's art.
It's art.
Yeah, and then rules-wise.
Yes, rules-wise, again, I like that they were handled very well for Underhells.
They're handled very well for Underhells. A little more of a miss because they're not super usable outside of that.
Yes.
But then the Malstrain infected gangs are just 100% a rules win.
Yes, 100%.
Just 100%.
Those are great.
Because it's so... we talked about this in our review.
That's what I said. Like, they're usable in their own way.
Yeah. We gushed about this already. The Malstrain gang rules are some of probably my favorite gang rules released in a while, just because they're so flexible. And I don't even like Gene Stealer cults that much. But they're so flexible and so powerful, but while not being too good. So yeah, and then overall, the campaign we talked about, it's one of our favorite campaigns they've released in a while.
Yeah, 100%.
And I think the reason why, and I don't think I voiced this in the review, but as I was reading through it more and looking into it more, it finally clicked to me. The reason why is because the 3 different stages mean that you avoid campaign staleness.
Yes.
Which has been a big problem for every single campaign I've ever played.
That's true.
By the end of every single campaign we've played,
we're like,
folks are ready for that campaign to be done.
Can we just move on?
Can we just shoot the leader in the head
and call it done?
Can we just launch the squats into space and move on?
It's the squats a lot, isn't it?
Not the last few times, actually. Just that one time. Just that one time where both Kevin and Sean played squats. And
they were 1 and 2.
Yeah, everyone wanted to launch the squats into space. So overall, Pipes Secundus, huge, amazing success, in our opinion. Where's the rest of the teams, GW?
Yeah. Just Vansar.
Where's my Escher incursion gang?
They would look so cool.
All would.
Give me, like, Delok in, like, crazy gas masks and, like, I don't know, drilling parts. No. Just Vansar. And
that's really all the rules we can talk about this year. We haven't had that many Apocryphas.
Yeah, they kind of stopped that towards the beginning of the year.
We did.
We haven't gotten one.
We did get a Feast for Heretics, which was the Corpse Grinder Cult's Ash Waste one.
Which is very good.
Which is very good. Blood, Ash, and Gunstein. I'm actually having to remind myself what it was. Oh, that was the Booze one.
And Orlok?
Yeah, it was the Booze and Orlok one. It wasn't great. We didn't even talk about it on the channel because it was kind of like, oh, okay. I mean, it was fine. It was fluffy and flavorful, but it wasn't like the Ash Waste Nomad auxiliary rules.
Yeah, the spirits or the bloodthirstiness of the Corpse Grinder cults or the mutants for Outcast. Those are all cool. Orlok's fine.
Yeah, that one's fine. And then the big thing is like we've seen all this stuff revealed for squats. And I guess we could talk about these awesome models. Like we've got the Exokin, which are essentially their alternate champions. They've got their own vehicle, another vehicle, the Squat 3-wheelers, which is a definite callback to,
the Trikes.
Yep. But they're not out yet.
Nope, we don't know any. Well, I mean, we know the rules that we've seen for them. They have teased, which is basically nothing.
So I can't give those points to 2024 for that.
Yeah, because they're not out.
They're not out. And that just leaves the random
Forge World releases.
Yeah, Forge World releases, the auxiliaries, of which we have had some bangers.
That's true. We have had some good ones this year.
So starting off with an amazing one, which is Yagaloth, the Delok special house agent.
From the House of Shadow. From
House of Shadow.
Many years ago.
one of my favorites, honestly. Fantastic model.
Yeah, he is really cool. He definitely gives me the like, I'm a lone wolf in a D&D
Oh, sure.
campaign.
He is edgelord McEdgy face.
Yeah.
I mean, he is like a Deloc with a cloak and a sword.
I have a power sword that comes out of my arm. Don't worry about where it comes from.
I'm partially a ghost. We can't ever be in love, Bella.
Yes, he is giving edgelord. Thank you.
Yeah. That being said, it is. I mean,
It is a great model.
that is what Deloc do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're all edgelords except some of them are bald.
Hey, edgelords can be bald.
I don't know.
Then we got the Beastmaster, which I love him.
Me too. I do too.
I also love the Skaven model he came with.
And the other two Skaven models.
They even gave the guy the Skaven the hood. Come on, it's got the Pestilence hood.
Yep, the hood with no eye holes, 2 heads.
Yeah, well, because the other one doesn't need to see. The only
True.
one that has needs to see.
You don't need to confuse him.
I actually really like the Beastmaster. I like his or her. I don't actually know whether it's a
There.
Yeah, her. Okay. I like the skull.
Yeah.
Like it very much leans into. It's a bit more Ash Waste aesthetic that
Sure.
isn't Nomads.
Yeah, which
And we haven't seen a ton of that, and I love that.
Yeah. Other than the like little upgrade packs you could get from Forge World.
Which half those don't really count. 'Cause
No,
most
they
of those are just like extra backpacks and a gas mask.
Yeah.
The only really cool one's the Escher one.
Fair.
But I like the Beastmaster. The rules were meh. I mean, the Beastmaster's rules are meh. We've talked about this.
Yeah. Yep.
But let's be very honest. I would rather the Forge World stuff be meh than too good.
Oh yeah, agreed.
I think we've all remembered the day. Well, okay, I shouldn't say we all remember because some of us weren't playing or have not played this.
Yeah.
There was a time when 40K had problems with Forge World stuff being
The best thing that you
the
could
best
buy.
thing you could buy.
So, and also the most expensive thing you could buy. So if you wanted to compete, you had to buy Forge World.
And that led to a lot of TOs and organizers banning Forge World stuff.
Yep. Now that being said, Forge World is no longer more expensive necessarily than GW Plastic.
Nope.
Because single Forge World models are like $30 to $40.
Yep.
And single plastic models are $40 to $50.
Yep.
So it's actually not that bad to buy Forge World. You just have to buy it directly through their website, which
is
suck a
terrible.
bit,
I saw a news article today that GW is actually petitioning to buy a new building in Nottingham to expand their offices and production facility. Yes,
nice.
it was in the Nottingham something newspaper.
Nice. You get that ordered directly to your house, or?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
Oh wow.
I just made the joke that they were going to have to demolish an old building, and I was picturing a demolisher cannon just
Oh, okay.
firing from Games Workshop headquarters and
A bunch of Vindicators just take it down and then just
just
bulldoze
plow
it up.
and then a dreadnought starts placing bricks. I was going to say, speaking of placing bricks, but neither of these
No.
have anything to do with
Nope.
placing bricks. We did get, speaking of bald and not edgelord, but speaking of lords,
Bald and Lord.
we got the Fixer and the Ponce. No, he's actually
And the Proxy?
His real name is the Proxy, but this is Lord Poncy McPonsington III.
It is. I
Like-
really do not like that model.
It's
I like the is this one the fixer?
the Fixer is Mr. Bald Man with a trench coat.
Yeah, I like Jason Statham over here.
That's Jason Statham in the Matrix.
in the Matrix.
I mean, this is Jason Statham as
Yeah,
as a Matrix background extra.
as a Matrix AU.
This guy was in Watch Dogs, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I like that model.
It's
He's
a really
pretty cool.
fun model.
I do not like the fixer.
The Fixer.
Sorry, the proxy.
The Proxy. The
at all.
Proxy is so goofy. It's so stupid, but it's so Necromunda. Because I love that dichotomy of like you have all these people down the in the Underhives like killing each other over corpse starch, and that's what the people who are above there get to dress and do dress like.
Yeah, it's Hunger Games.
Yeah,
but in one big city.
It is very like that, right? I mean, it's one of those things where I don't like that model, but I love that model.
No, not for me.
Um,
Also, both of the rules for these are
so the problem with Fixer is that Fixer is also the name of a skill, which just gets you D3 times 10 credits per battle.
which he does have.
And he does have that, so he pays for himself very quickly.
He does.
He also has Call in the Last Favor, which can stop your gang from being outlawed when you do something to be outlawed. There are times when that does really help.
But we've talked about before where being outlawed doesn't matter that much anymore.
Not as much anymore. It's -1. If you're playing certain campaigns, it matters a lot.
He is D3 times 10 credits per.
But he takes a hanger-on slot. Right. And the proxy is the one who lets outlaw gangs sell to the guilders, which normally they can't do.
Yeah.
Which is one big thing, because people forget that.
You take your captive, give him to the proxy, and the proxy goes in and goes, "Oh, yes, I am Gilder.
Hello, I am Gilderman." You're saying you're gelded? Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes.
I have my seal. Yeah. I don't know.
They're fine. I feel like they're
fine if they weren't competing for same slots as Rogue Docs and
exactly.
Ammo-Jacks.
They are not impactful enough
There needs to be another slot.
Yeah.
Just for, honestly, just for Rogue Doc and Ammo-Jack.
Yeah.
They should not take up a hanger-on slot, in my opinion. I think they should be their own thing.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you should have to pick between those two, because those two are just a league and above different and more useful than everybody else.
It's true. I agree.
So from there, we started doing Segunda stuff, obviously, and we'd already talked about the Malstrain. I guess brief shout out to the Malstrain Coalescence, who I already talked about. He's the thing.
Yep.
And it's amazing. But we got Lady Hera and the Hermiatus, Tech Priest Biologist Hermiatus, who's the one who caused all this. Lady Hera.
I know you really don't like this model.
I didn't like Lady Hera's old model that much.
I like this model, but not as much as I like her original model.
I wish she had a helmet.
Yeah, it's the like going into
the
scalp.
Borg. It's the Borg Queen thing.
Yeah, it's very Borg Queen.
Like, I don't like the Borg Queen either. Sorry, Star Trek fanboys.
I think she looks good.
It's a good model.
I like that she kept her weapons. We've talked about that before.
Yeah.
I like her old model better. I like the royalty aspect of it.
Yes.
I know she's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Her diving into the Underhells and being like, "I'll show you."
Well, she kind of didn't have a choice. Like, she got basically ousted by Aranthius. Her rules are okay. Like, she will absolutely murder things up.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
But yeah.
The only thing I don't like about her is the shiny green paint job they gave her.
Yes. They really went all out in the non-metallic metal green there.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much of it, because it looks Green Goblin to me.
It does.
And I wonder how much of my dislike is that.
This guy, on the other hand.
Yeah. Hermiatus.
Hermiatus might slap, actually.
So you and I are big fans of the concept of Dark Mechanicum.
Yes.
And this is not Dark Mechanicum. This is Xenos Mechanicum.
This is Mechanicum with a pet gene stealer.
Right. And so, like, he's not actually the guy. The guy is dead. Mm-hmm. Like, he was captured and executed by the Inquisition, as far as I understand. But the Malstrain patriarch, whom he created, dreamt him up, and thus he was created, like, as a genetic memory from gene stealer stuff.
I don't know what's doable in this universe anymore.
Right, because it says he's a creation, a genetic memory dredged up and given form. Like, I don't.
No further explanation needed.
Right, and it says he can continue his research, which kind of doesn't make sense. I don't know. It's really weird. He's actually not terribly good in game.
No, I would believe it.
Right. But
I truly don't remember what he does. He was in the book, wasn't he?
He was, and we were not impressed. That model is amazing, though.
Yeah, the model's great.
I like that he has a little guy.
Yeah.
Just his son.
He has his claw on his hand, so he's like also morphing with the.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's such a. I wish we had more Mechanicum models like this, more heretical Mechanicum models, which we'll get to.
Yes, we will.
All right. So we already kind of talked a little bit about the squat stuff. We're not going to talk too much about that because it'll come out later.
Yeah, it'll come out. We'll talk about it.
Now, and that's it for models that have released this year.
Yeah, true. There's been like 4 boxes and 3 Forge World models.
And we've had 6 other things announced.
Oh, did we talk about? I mean, we talked about it before, but the gun emplacements.
Oh, the gun emplacements. Yeah, we forgot to talk about the gun emplacements. They're fine. They're boring gun emplacements.
They're all right. We talked about them in our review. They're decent models.
And then coming up, we've got the Silberant Sevos, which is the Whisperer, basically Whisper Merchant.
Yeah.
And he looks fantastic. We've got the Servant of the Silent Ones, which is Mr. Worm.
Yep, leveled up Dr. Worm.
We've got the Named Ferryman crew.
Yep.
Who you can already hire. We've got the Narker and Cadaver Merchant.
Oh, yeah. Oh, those are both sick.
The Narker and Cadaver Merchant. We've got the Heretic.
Oh yeah, just all these models are bangers, and they're like, you'll see them later.
And then 3 days ago or whatever, we got, I can't even pronounce it. It's more house agents. It's the Onmyoto Coven from House Tai, aka Orientalism.
Yeah, so
what are we, cyberpunk all of a sudden?
Right. So the left side, not really a fan. It's kind of giving me Khemri, like a little too Egyptian. I understand that it's like.
It's kabuki theater.
I understand.
Yeah.
But like, I don't like the look at all.
No.
The right hand one, I love.
I mean, I'm sorry, but the right hand one just looks like the lady from Cyberpunk with
Yeah, did you see the thing down here?
Yeah.
She has like a Voxcaster
Skull
embedded
face.
into her mouth.
Yes. Because she's a null, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
A null. So nulls are people who you can't do psychic powers around them at all. They have no soul, so they just like absorb it. And they also upset people. Like just people are just upset by the presence of a null, even if you don't know they're a null and you don't know why. It's like they are just upsetting, which explains why she has the skull face. Yeah. Absolutely fantastic models. I need to remind myself of what their rules are.
Because again, these rules were out. What is it? Yeah, in Book of Shadows.
Yeah.
Why are they taking out everything from the Book of Shadows? This is going one at a time.
Yeah, they really are just going through the Book of Shadows. I just realized that.
Is this also from Book of Shadows?
Yes, Servant of the Silent Ones. Yeah. So we're just, you know what? Deloc didn't get crap for Ashways.
Yeah, they didn't get anything for Ashways, so they're just like, here, just have some Forge World models.
All of these models are great. My favorite is probably the Heretic.
Really?
AKA Master Blaster.
Heretic is cool. I do like.
I just like the idea of.
And there's a guy coming out of his back with a plasma gun.
He runs up to you, gets within 12 inches, and then does a
pirouette.
Does a 180.
He's like. Yeah, that is pretty great. It's not my favorite one, but it is pretty great.
I love it so much. His rules aren't great.
No.
They mentioned using him as an outcast gang leader.
Oh, that would be cool.
It would be terrible because, let me see. He's strength and toughness 3, 1 wound, 1 attack. He's got mesh armor. And, but it is a 40 credit plasma gun.
It is a 40 credit plasma gun.
You know what? 40 credit plasma gun is always a good idea. I kind of want to make a Heretic gang.
And his stats are trash, too.
Well, but 4 ballistic skill doesn't hurt as much when you got a plasma gun.
That's true. When you got a plasma gun, +2 to hit.
It's +2 to hit at 2 inches.
Yeah.
He doesn't
12
give
inches. 12 inches.
12 inches. Yeah, he doesn't give a crap.
Yeah.
Or heck, give him a grav gun. Just put.
I was just thinking you use the model as an outcast leader because he looks cool.
Yeah, but 40 credit plasma gun.
It's true.
You can give him armor later, man.
It's true.
Your leader starting out for 40 credits and has a plasma gun. Like, how much? That gives you so much more credits to spend on everything else. True. That might be my favorite of what they've announced so far. Mm-hmm. Although the tie on Myoto Coven is the one lady is pretty darn good.
My favorite that they've announced but not come out with, these guys.
The veteran, the Abyssal
Ferryman.
Yeah. So
because this is the first Ogren that I don't hate the look of.
And you know why?
That's because his face is covered.
Yeah. Because you can't see his face.
Because I can't see his face. If they gave me an Ogren faction that looked like that, I might be interested.
Yeah.
Because that would be awesome.
What about the Chaos Ogre? Don't you like him? Because you can't see his face either. The one from the Blooded kill team.
You can see his face.
Yeah, but it's covered up by a mask.
It's fine. It's better.
Yes, it is better than the.
Yeah, it's better than. Oi. Don't be offended.
Love me gun. Love me Emperor. Simple as.
Exactly.
No, this is the best Ogren model they've ever released.
Whereas this guy is BA.
Yeah. I don't like the other guy's little pilot helmet, but it does really capture the...
yeah, that could be better.
It does capture the Salacious Crumb Jabba the Hutt relation here. Because you can just imagine that these two are, there's the big one, and he's named Slim, and the little one is named Fat Tony.
Yeah.
And he talks like this, and you don't mess with Fat Tony.
Yeah, he definitely has the,
He's definitely, got the sniveling, ratty little attire.
He's the brains of the operation.
Yeah, he's the brains of the operation. And then Slim will just kill you with a giant halpered fish pike hook thing.
I just really, yeah. So when we say favorite model, I mean the Ogren.
Yeah. I like the other guy.
I like the other guy. He's fine. But
as far as duos go, Master Blaster is I'm more of a fan
Yeah,
of.
that's what, fair enough. I'll use the Ogryn as my leader, and you use Master Blaster as your leader for our Outcast campaign.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do an all Outcast campaign. Flip and watch us, man.
That'd be so fun.
But he's not out yet.
It's not out yet.
We've gotten like just a string of release of announcements, and
I think we literally have more things that are announced but not out yet than we got last year.
not quite.
Not quite.
Unless you only count all of Hive Secundus as one release.
Okay.
If you only count Hive Secundus as one release, then yes.
So how many models are we still missing? How many groups are we still missing?
So we're
'Cause
missing squats, bikes,
Yep, the bikes and the new guys, the Exokin.
and I believe the champion they showed off too is not out yet, or is he out? No, he's out. Champion's out. So we've got the bikes, the Exokin, the Whisper Merchant, the Silent Ones, Servant of Silent Ones, the Ferryman, the Narco and Cadaver Merchant, the Heretic, and the Coven.
So 8.
8, yes. Whereas this year we had the Coalescence, again, well, the Alpha, he has his own thing.
He has his own thing.
Helmar, Heretic, or Hermit. Are you counting all? Are you counting boxes? Are you counting releases or individual models?
I was counting releases.
Okay. The all of Hive Secundus.
Sure. That is if we add that together. Yes.
Fixer and Proxy.
The Rat Man.
Beastmaster. Yagaloth. And the Spire Hunters.
Oh yeah, because they were not in the box.
Right. So
True. We got one more.
One more. Yeah, we have more on order than we have. We have more in the tube than we have out in the field.
Yeah. Now, if you're counting Hive Secundus box as 3 different kits, which they were technically,
Yes.
then we're at like 10.
But here's a question: are we just gonna get like a weekend when all this stuff comes out?
Probably.
Just
Yep.
Necromunda.
They're reloading the shotgun like, all right, you just wait. You just wait. Boom.
Your life ends 5 minutes from now. But
So,
yeah, still, despite that, we've spent a little time talking. I guess this is also for what's coming 2025.
Sure.
Squats.
It's true.
And I'm guessing it's going to be squats and probably not much else. It seems they've slowed down on releases.
They have.
But I really hope we get more Hive Secundus.
Agreed.
But if we don't, 2024 was a pretty good year overall. No bad things, really.
No,
for Necromunda.
I enjoyed all of it. I look forward to our Underhive campaign.
Yep.
When that comes out, I look forward.
Underhell's Outcasts only. Underhell's Outcasts, no items. Fox, Final Destination.
Everybody plays Fox. What?
You heard me.
All the gangers, all the champions, everybody's Fox.
Yeah. So 2024, good year.
Yeah, agreed.
But
looking forward
to 2025 in this regard. So far, it's just squats and Forward to World, but I'm really hoping we get some more Hive Secundus stuff.
Yeah. I want at least one more book. Like, you're giving us a whole squats book. Mm-hmm. Give us at least a nomads book.
Yeah,
to,
give us another nomads
round
book.
that out.
Yeah.
Or complete or continue with one of the older ones.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nerf the heck out of Corpse Grinder Cults by giving them a new book with a bunch of stuff in it. Who knows? Well, that's it from us this week. And this year, really. I think this will be our last Necromunda video for 2024.
Yeah.
If the squat books drops the week between Christmas and New Year, I'll eat a shoe. But we'll do a video on it. It still probably won't come out until next year, though.
It won't.
So we will see you next year. Check out all this other stuff we talked about if you want to. Miniatures Rundown is also now on Blue Sky, if you are one of many who has made the arc to that little platform. It's Miniatures Rundown at bluesky.whatever. We'll see you around.
Bye.